Good evening, everybody. Welcome to PatFacts. Patrick here, Pat on your back, personal fitness. Hope everyone's having a great day, great week. Hope everyone had a great Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that tune in. Hope you had a wonderful day and we're spoiled just a little bit. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well. Probably through May. Again, we keep kind of progressing forward, trying to move forward and keep growing. So hopefully the check-in we talked about at the 1st of May and a couple of the talks we've had have been helpful for you to keep you on track, to keep you a little bit focused and to keep you kind of where you need to be and maybe remind you of why you're doing what you're doing. Because that's important. We need to know our why. It's the root of what it is we're doing. And as a trainer, that's what I try to come up with my clients is their why. Why do you want to, and whatever their goal is? Because usually there's a kind of a superficial or a top layer of, well, I want to do this because I should or because I need to. But to really get at to the root of it, we can really have a big, profound difference in our results, our motivation, our kind of self-inspiration that we have towards that. So we always try to look for the why in what we're doing. And that leads us into tonight's topic. We're going to go with a quote again. We had a good time a couple weeks ago visiting the classified quote from one of his new songs. Today's the oldest I've ever been and the youngest I'll ever be. Thanks everyone for the interactions on that, on the live and on the recording, and the feedback and the comments. I really appreciate that. It was a cool quote to get into. And I heard another one yesterday, and I thought it'd be fun to go through it and chat about it a bit, because again, it is a good reminder for us to kind of keep us on track in a way to maybe create an aha moment for us, or some clarity as to maybe why we're doing what we're doing, or again to remind us why we're doing what we're doing, or just keep us just simply on that right path, that right track that we need to be on. Sometimes life tries to bump us off it. We need to get back on track and stay on track as much as we can. So this hopefully will be one of those maybe kind of mantras or quotes or reminders that maybe you put up on your Post-it notes around your house, or you put it in your phone as an alarm or a reminder to keep us kind of going forward. And just looking at my my StreamYard kind of deck here, seeing a few of the other quotes we talked about. History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it was a cool quote that we saw. And again, our classified quote from a couple weeks ago. Today's the oldest we've ever been, and the youngest we'll ever be. And today, what we want to talk about, I heard this on a podcast, and it's quoted by, it's a Catholic quote, and the person who said it, there's a school named after her in our town. I've heard the name quite a bit, so that caught my attention at first. That familiar name, and then the message of the quote I thought was a good fit. So the quote is, "Be who you were created to be, and you will set the world on fire." Now I thought that was really prominent for a couple of reasons. Be who you were created to be, and you will set the world on fire. So be yourself, be who you were meant to be, and you'll set the world on fire. You'll do great things, you'll do big things, you'll make change, you'll have a positive impact, you'll spread that positivity pandemic, whatever the case is. Be yourself. So your why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you here is what this message is saying, but why are you doing what you're doing? Who are you supposed to be? Again, that's really digging deep and finding your why. Why are you at the place you are right now in your life? Why have you gone through the experiences you've gone through so far? Why are you pointed this way, going towards this goal right now? Why are you going towards this goal to set up this goal, to set up a really big goal further down the road? Why? So take some time to reflect, dig deep. I was watching our pal Blake Miles on his live show, and he was talking about the 5 whys. So basically ask yourself, kind of talk about your goal. Your goal is this, then ask yourself, why? Well, because, okay, and why? And go through that 5 different times. And usually by the 5th time, you're really getting to that kind of last layer of the onion peel, to the center of why you're actually doing something. Why have you set this goal for 2024? Why have you made these choices? Why have you decided to clean up your nutrition? Why have you decided to try to get in better physical condition? Why have you decided to take up reading again? And again, usually there's a quick kind of answer to that. Well, it's good for me. Yes, but why? Why are you deciding that this is the time to lose that weight, to be able to run a marathon, to again, whatever it is, drink more water? Why? Sleep better. Why? And usually again around the fourth, fifth time, that's when you're really getting deep into those answers. You get into the actual real reason, the why that you're doing this. So be who you're created to be, know your why, and you'll set the world on fire. So again, I like to challenge you to take some time this week to discover your why. And we have talked about our why before in relation to our goals. So hopefully you've had some practice doing this, and maybe did this last fall when we set our goals for this year. But take some time to again really get deep on yourself. Why? Why are you here? What is your purpose? What is your grand picture of your life? What are you meant to do? What is your description word? If someone says, what do you do? What would you say? Or what do you like? Why do you do what you do? What's the word you would give to describe yourself or describe what you do? So take some time, look at your goals, but also again, look at you. Look at your life experiences so far. Look at where you want to go. Look at the things you want to accomplish. Maybe identify some of the things you'd like to accomplish if you haven't done that yet. But then really dig deep and try to find that why, that reason, that joie de vivre, that inner essence of you. That's the reason you want to accomplish the set goal. And that will help motivate you and inspire you and keep you consistent, like we talked about last week, on those days when you just don't feel it. I don't feel like going to the gym today. I'm kind of tired and I've got some work to do. I should probably catch up on that. I can't get for that run today. I've got to whatever do this, and I don't know. I'm just not into it today. But when we have that why, we have that reason. We know at our core why we're doing what we're doing, the essence really of ourselves. Then just like that goal, knowing the real reason why you want to accomplish X by December 31st of this year, that helps motivate you. That inspires you. Oh yeah, I need to go to the gym today because I want to accomplish this because, and then your why is there. The why should be the driving factor, the motivating factor for you. And then as we can identify the why and again incorporate that, we flex and use that muscle of keeping ourselves motivated and driven and looking to be as consistent as possible. So then again, it becomes more automatic, more habitual. Just like if we're lifting weights, eventually the weight becomes easier. We use the muscle, we stress the muscle, we train the muscle, it adapts, becomes stronger, more efficient. Then we can up the weight or we can do that movement more efficiently. This is the same thing. If we know our why, we reflect on it, we're clear on it, we really dig deep and get truthfully to the center of why we're doing what we're doing, then we can apply that during those times when we're not feeling so great. Even when we're feeling great, that why can be there to remind us what we're doing, to maybe get that extra rep in, or to just to finish strong in your workouts, to be positive during the day, whatever the case may be. And again, we can use that during the good times. It becomes more automatic, it becomes stronger, it becomes more efficient. So when we do have those off times, it's that much easier to draw from it and use it. And then again, we can stay consistent. And consistency is the key to a lot of our success for our goals that we've set to take over this whole year. Consistency is what's going to help us make a lot of progress. So the more tools we can have in our toolbox to help us stay consistent, the higher the success rate we should have. And this is one of those factors. So take some time, get somewhere away from things, turn off devices, maybe put a little bit of music on if you want to set the environment for you, but try to get away from distractions for a while and either really think, or maybe even better, get out some pen and paper and write down why you're doing what you do. Why have you set the goals you've set for yourself this year? Why is that goal important to you? Maybe even start there again. Then maybe reflect on some past goals that you've had success at. Why were those goals important? Why did you set those goals? Why did you set those deadlines? Why did you take those jobs, turn down those jobs, say yes to this, say no to that? Try to look for those whys, those reasons. Again, practice. And then really turn inward and use all those moments you look at and try to turn inward and why. What is my why? What is my, what was I created to do? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? What is my contribution? However you want to frame it and word it, look for your why. Look for what it is that your goal is, your desires are, what the impact is you want to have on society, your legacy that you want to leave behind when you're done. And if I had your last day here, what's your legacy? What do you want people to think? Oh, you know what? They were always, or they did this for us all the time. They made such an impact on us. Be who you were created to be. So find your why. Know why you're supposed to do what you're doing. Know why you want to do what you're doing. Know why you've been through what you've been through to, again, line you up for what you want to do, and you'll set the world on fire. St. Catherine of Siena is where the quote is from. So that's the kind of the first part I kind of took from that is your why, your essence. What are you doing? And then I thought about this quote, and I thought how kind of applicable it is to today. Be who you were created to be. Be yourself. Be happy with being yourself. Too often in today's age, we get on in our socials, we get on watching TV, we maybe read news, we see other people out and about. And what do we do a lot? We judge and we compare ourselves. I wish I had what they had. Oh, look at the car they drive. Oh, I bet they're not struggling with finances. Oh, look at their family and their house and whatever. We compare ourselves too often, when really all we need to focus on is ourselves. Be ourselves. Be who we are supposed to be. And we'll set the world on fire. We'll have that great life. We'll make those changes. We'll appreciate our existence in our lives more by, again, being us and being happy with that and being content with that. Too often we get into that comparison or again, just that judgment of, oh, they have this and they have that, and I wish I had that, or how do they get so many followers and I don't? But again, really just be happy with ourselves. Be who you're supposed to be. And eventually you'll meet the people you're supposed to meet, and things will fall into place that are supposed to, and you'll make the changes you were supposed to make. The world will be set on fire by you. But don't get caught in that game of putting other people down because maybe they're somewhere you want to be. It's just not your time yet. It'll come. You got to put in the work, though, to get those results. It's not just going to happen. The work's going to be there. And it starts with this. Be who you were created to be. Be happy with who you are. Be yourself. And let Jim and Joan have their moments and do what they're supposed to do. Don't worry about the Joneses. Worry about you and what you're doing. And as we've said, the more we focus inward on ourselves and take care of ourselves, then we can better take care of those around us. And that's ultimately what a lot of us want to do, is take care of those people that are around us, take great care of those people that are around us. But again, it starts from within. And it starts from a place of being just happy and content with who you are. You're you for a reason. Otherwise, you'd be someone else. And wouldn't that be boring? Be happy with who you are. Be who you were created to be. And you'll set the world on fire. You'll make the changes. You'll accomplish things. You'll achieve those goals. You'll make those waves. You'll create change. And you'll leave a lasting legacy with those who are around you. But be who you were created to be. Be yourself. Don't worry about everybody else. Let them worry about themselves and what they're doing. You worry about you and what it is you're doing and what you're trying to create, and that fire you're trying to start in the world. And focus on that. And then again, being happy with who you are, knowing why you're doing the things that you're doing, Imagine bringing those two things together, and the clarity and the energy, and again, the self-inspiration you'll have. You won't need to listen to a self-help talk to get you going, to kind of get those fires going. You won't have to attend a conference to get motivated and inspired. You could go to learn and do things, but you don't have to get there to get inspired. You can just be there to learn and take in information, because again, we practice that muscle, that skill of motivating ourselves, because we know why we're happy with ourselves, who we're supposed to be, and then those things together gives us that great force, that great momentum forward towards our goals and accomplishments and achievements and our legacy and what we want to do. We can spread that positivity pandemic. We can ascend till the end, like we like to say here. All those things become easier. It starts again from within. Knowing your why, being happy and comfortable with yourself, knowing you're you for a reason, and you can adapt and evolve. But again, you've got to put the work in and create that momentum. And knowing that why is a great big part of that. So again, take some time this next week, figure out your why, and then take some time to try to practice again and be happy with yourself and be happy with who you are. Appreciate you for who you are. The way you look, the way you act, the way you talk, the way you walk, your body itself, how you think, again, the experiences you've been through. As you're reflecting on these whys of some different experiences, they can be maybe examples of things you've accomplished and got through. And to know that you can kind of self-talk yourself and appreciate yourself for all the great things you've done, all the cool experiences you've had, that again, we don't usually take enough time to acknowledge and appreciate. They kind of happen and we're on to the next thing. But there's moments where if you have a little downtime, you find yourself thinking, hey, I've done some cool stuff. I've been lucky to meet some of the people I've met, or to experience some of the things that I have. So again, reflect on those, bring those back in, and positive self-talk, practice that muscle as well. And that'll help us practice and be more habitual with being happy who we are. Maybe celebrate the people that you happen to see that are where you want to be, or have the things, the accomplishments, or whatever it is that maybe you want to aspire to be. And celebrate them, think of them, use them as more of maybe a coach or a mentor. Maybe those are people you can reach out to and say, hey, I'm looking to accomplish what you have. That's a goal of mine. Do you mind mentoring me or give me some advice or guidance? Or again, maybe from afar, you can watch them again more as a mode of guidance rather than a judgmental thing or a comparison, because they're them and you're you and you're great. Be who you were created to be. Appreciate yourself, and you'll set the world on fire. So I'd like to hear from you too, if you're here with us live or recording, or again, even in future episodes, if you drop in. What are some ways that you can maybe appreciate yourself a little bit more, or you can really be who you were created to be? How can we bring that to the forefront and make that more of a habit, rather than like we usually do? We maybe compare or judge, or maybe you're a little timid to be ourselves in certain situations because people will judge us. Most people won't even care because they're too busy worried with themselves. So some ways you might be try to build that muscle of being happy with yourself, being who you are, and also what are you going to do to discover your why. And if you find your why and are comfortable to share, I'd love to hear from you too. Again, here in the comments. If you don't want to share openly and are comfortable to send me a DM, I'd love to hear from you guys. If you find your why for the goal you set this year, if you haven't done that already, hopefully you did. But if not, now's a great time, because again, that'll help us push through the rest of the year and keep us on track. And then again, think of those past experiences you've been through, and then really try to dig to the center of your why. Why are you here? Why are you on the path that you're on? Why are you doing the things you're doing and striving for those goals you're striving for? Why are you being who you were created to be? Really find the why and the reason and again, the essence of what it is. And then use that as the gasoline for your car to get you to where you want to go. We talk about our goal being like a destination, and our steps sort of being the GPS. This is finding the high octane fuel for your car to get you there. But we need to dig deep. The oil's not just there. We've got to dig for the fuel and process it and make it usable. We've got to dig deep and find the why and really understand it and really get to the root of it. And then again, practice using it to make it more efficient so we can get the best mileage out of it possible en route towards our goal. So those are your two sort of challenges for the next week ahead to work on and going forward. But again, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you've had experience doing this, how you feel, what you've learned about yourself, and maybe again, what you learned about your goals and how you're going to go forward, continuing to be who you were created to be, how you're going to appreciate yourself and just be happy with you and put yourself out there, put yourself forward, and really set this world on fire and be that beacon of light and spread that positivity pandemic out there to those around you. And then other people will see you and think, hey, they're really confident in who they are. They really lead by example. Maybe I should be more happy with who I am and be more proud. And again, that ripple effect carries on, and we get more positivity. We get more people being happy with themselves and not judging each other. Imagine if we could get judging each other kind of out of the way, how much better we'd feel. We wouldn't be worried so much about what other people were thinking and what they're saying, and then comparing ourselves or judging other people because they do things a little different than us. Wouldn't that be awesome to be able to get that kind of out of the way and just be happy with who we are and just enjoy ourselves and the people around us? I think that would be great. So again, I saw the quote. The name caught my attention first because there's a school named that here in the city. But then I thought it was a great quote, a great reminder, and to take those two sort of different meanings from it. And again, sort of like the classified quote, maybe you take a different meaning from this quote. Maybe it speaks to you differently. Again, share, let us know. What did this quote maybe mean to you, and how did you take it from here into the next week, and again, apply it to you and your goals and your life and what it is you're looking to accomplish. We're always happy to hear from you. So let us know what you take from tonight's episode. The quote as I shared it, those two different outlets like we talked about, or again, maybe your what you took from the quote or how you interpreted the quote and what it meant to you. Well, that's it for tonight, gang. Thanks so much for being here. As always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like to see us talk about here, give us a shout. You can chat in the comments or send me a DM at POYBFit on most platforms. You can find me there, like pat on your back at POYBFit. You just search for my name on LinkedIn. Otherwise, POYBFit on other platforms. You can find me there. Any questions you have, any topics you want us to cover, let me know. And we can definitely hopefully carry this on. Feel free to share this with those who are on a similar journey of trying to set goals and be better people and ascend to the end and be operationally fit, who would like to join us and join our community and help not just make the team, but make the team better, like we like to help each other here as well. We'll see you here next week, gang. Thanks so much again for tuning in. I always appreciate the support. Stay safe, take care. Remember, always make yourself the priority that you deserve to be by striving to be operationally fit. Stay safe, take care. We'll see you next week.